Okay, hi everyone. Today our group presentation is about Dell Technologies, founded by Michael Dell, who is still the company's chairman and CEO. This is our context. And firstly, I will give a quick overview. So what does Dell do? Think of the full stack. For everyday users, it makes laptops, desktops, and accessories. For organizations, it builds servers and storage for data centers and provides service and software to help customers run their data and communications across multiple clouds and at the edge. Where does it operate? Dell started in Austin, Texas, and its headquarters are now in Round Rock, Texas, but the business is global, serving consumers, companies, and governments across most regions. When did this all happen? The story begins in 1984. By 1992, Michael Dell had become the youngest Fortune 500 CEO. A major milestone came in 2016 when Dell combined with EMC, bringing world-class storage and virtualization capabilities, and cementing its position in enterprise infrastructure. Now, how did Dell get here? With a simple but powerful model. Sell directly to consumers and build to orders. Starting with roughly $1,000, Dell skipped retail middlemen, kept inventory lean, cut costs, and sped up delivery. That supply chain discipline still shows today in AI-ready servers, edge systems, and scalable solutions. Finally, why does Dell exist in this way? The purpose was being consistent, deliver exactly what consumers need, faster and at better value. That consumer-first mindset is how a dorm room startup become a global tech leader. With that foundation in place, I will pass to my partner who will analyze the core activities of Michael Dell.
Next, I will analyze Dell's core activities for everyone. I will use the 8 sample question framework we learned in class to systematically interpret how Dell operates. First, let's look at the first 3 questions, which define Dell's core transactions. Dell purchased the core hardware components of the computer, such as the CPU, memory sticks, and hard disks. The value of Dell is far more than just assembly. It lies in the customization to order. It transforms standard components into personalized computers that meet your specific needs. Dell sells these customized computers, service, and the corresponding IT solutions. Next, let's take a look at the Dell's process and the relationships. Dell has established a powerful global supply chain network, and its suppliers are all industry giants like Intel and Samsung. One of Dell's most revolutionary feature is its direct sales model. Bypassing all middlemen has significantly reduced the inventory costs and achieved astonishing efficiency, and its customer base is extremely broad, ranging from individual customers like us to small, medium, even large enterprise among the Fortune Global 500. And finally, we place it in the market environment to examine its competition and advantage. In the red ocean market, Dell is confronted with the traditional rivals like the HP and Apple, as well as cross-industry competition from the cloud service providers such as AWS and Microsoft. And its competitive advantage comes down to the efficient direct sales and the customization model that has established at its inception. The model brings its 3 major advantages: the cost advantage of the supply chain, the ability to respond quickly to the market, and a deep trust relationship established with customer. Therefore, Dell's core activities are a high coordinate system, links from the procurement, production to sales, and closely revolving around its core model of direct sales and customization. Next, we are going to introduce the secret to Dell's success. That's the third part.
Hello. So for my part, I'll be explaining how Michael Dell is considered entrepreneurial. So in class, we talked about how an entrepreneur is someone who recognizes opportunities, takes risks, and creates value through innovation. And Michael Dell definitely fits that description because he saw a chance to do something different in the computer industry and was able to build a whole company around it. So when Michael was a freshman at the University of Texas back in 1984, he noticed that computers were being sold through middlemen, which made them more expensive. And he realized that people wanted more affordable and customizable PCs, not just whatever was on store shelves. So he started building computers in his dorm room using only about $1,000 in savings. And that's how his company, originally called PCs Limited, began. So by selling directly to customers, Dell cut out the retail markups and offered better prices and flexibility. So instead of following the traditional method, the traditional model of selling through stores, Dell changed the game by going direct to consumer. So he basically invented the idea of letting people order a computer, choose the parts that they wanted, and then having it built and shipped straight to them. So this build to order system helped them keep costs down and respond quickly to customer feedback. It was a really simple idea, but at the time it was totally new and ended up transforming the entire PC industry. Michael Dell also took major risks to make his vision happen. He dropped out of college at just 19 years old to run the company full time. And at the time, he was competing against giants like IBM and Compaq with only a small team and a new idea. So even later in his career, he continued to take bold steps. For example, he took Dell private in 2013, so he could restructure without the pressure of public investors. And a few years later, he made one of the biggest tech acquisitions ever by buying EMC for $67 billion in 2016. Another entrepreneurial trait that Michael Dell shows is adaptability. So the tech world changes constantly, and Dell has had to evolve with it to keep up. Over time, his company moved from just selling personal computers to offering servers, IT solutions, and cloud services. So when the company started struggling in the mid 2000s, Dell returned as CEO in 2007 and restructured everything. So he was able to keep the business relevant by adjusting to new technology trends instead of just sticking to old habits. Michael Dell also became the youngest Fortune 500 CEO in 1992, which goes to show how strong his leadership was even early on. He's always focused on efficiency, innovation, and especially on what customers actually want out of their products. So his leadership isn't also just about profits. As through the Michael and Susan Dell Foundation, he supported education and healthcare projects around the world. This goes to show how he understands value in a broader sense, not just in business.
Okay, in this part, we will delve into the critical success factors that have driven Michael Dell's company from a dorm room setup to a global tech leader with ongoing success. And we have identified 4 key CSFs grouped into internal operation factors and external strategy ones. And I will cover the internal side, highlighting not just early wins, but how they have enabled sustained growth in later years. Okay, first let's talk about Dell's groundbreaking direct sales model. This approach eliminates middlemen like retailers, allowing Dell to sell customized computers directly to the customers via phone and later online. Okay, by cutting out the intermediary, Dell drastically reduced costs and speeds up delivery. By offers personalized products to meet exact customer needs. And a prime example of its early impact is how Michael Dell started this from his University of Texas dorm room, fixing up and selling PCs directly to customers while avoiding physical stores. And let's see Dell's revenue changes in this graph. By 1986, sales hit $60 million. And in the 1990s, revenue shot up from $3.5 billion in 1994 to over $25 billion in 1999. And its competitors like IBM and HP who stuck to the traditional retail. And for ongoing success, Dell evolved this model into a robust digital e-commerce platform in the 2020s. During the COVID-19 pandemic, this direct-to-customer strategy enabled rapid adaptation to remote work demands, and its revenue grows from the $92 billion in 2020 to over $1 billion in the 2023. Okay, now let's see the second internal factors, supply chain management and inventory control. Dell was one of the first to use a just-in-time setup, which means building computers only after orders are placed. The advantage of this method is that it can minimize inventory buildup and improve cash flow. For example, in the late 1990s, Dell held just 8 days of inventory, while comeback is 64 days. So Dell can save millions in costs and enabling quick adaptation to the price drops. In addition, during the $2,000 crash, this approach helped Dell bounce back quicker, and its profit grows 62%, while others dealt with too much leftover stuff. In order to sustain success in the future, Dell advances this with digital transformation and sustainability initiatives in the 2020s. For example, the closed-loop recycling and the resilient partnerships with DHL for direct shipping. These actions helped Dell navigating the chip shortage and the supply chain crisis, solidifying Dell's position as a leader in enterprise tech. Okay, next part, my partner will introduce the external factors for us. Let's welcome.
Okay, my section covers Dell's two external success factors. First, the customer-centric approach. The direct model wasn't just for sales, it was a strategic listening tool. It enabled Dell to gather real-time feedback directly from users. This allowed for true data-driven decision-making, helping the company anticipate market trends and make informed choices about product features and inventory. This direct connection was a game changer. And to maintain this lead, Dell must evolve this strategy. The ongoing playbook has three priorities. First, deepen data-driven insights using AI to move from understanding to predicting customer needs. Second, build a brand community to turn customers into co-creators and strengthen loyalty. And finally, evaluate customer services to a proactive, seamless experience that it resolves issues before they even happen. And the second critical factor was being a pioneer in internet sales. Dell launched online in 1996, seeing the web as the ultimate direct channel. The impact was immense. It reduced costs, created a global reach, and by 2000 was generating 50 million daily online. This early move built a dominance that competitors couldn't match for years. And for lasting success in the digital age, the strategy must again evolve. First, embrace next-gen tech like mobile commerce. And second, create personalized online experiences, making the website an interactive assistant, not just a catalog. And finally, build an ecosystem, shifting from selling products to providing ongoing services and software on its platform. And in summary, Dell's enduring success stems from its foundational strengths in customer focus and digital foresight. And that is our presentation. Thanks for your listening.